family. Hope all of you guys are doing super good today. And today is a special episode or special recipe video because I'm going to be sharing with you a Mother's Day menu that you can do. We're going to be making creamy Parmesan risotto with mushroom, as well as buttered garlic scallops and a delicious strawberry tart dessert that I hope all of you guys can do it and enjoy this very special Mother's Day with your family. Now let's get started with the recipe. So let's start with this delicious fruit tart. We're gonna start with graham crackers crumbs. I bought it just like that in the supermarket, but you can grind your own crackers as well. We're gonna need fresh strawberries cut into slices, blueberries, and both of my fruits are nicely washed. We're gonna need 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, 1 tablespoon and a half of sugar, 3 to 4 tablespoons of melted butter, and we're also gonna need mascarpone cheese, Italian cheese, and we're gonna use both of the package. Now we're gonna start in my bowl. We're gonna add the 2 cups of graham crackers. This is to make the base for the fruit tart. And now we're gonna add the melted butter. And now we're gonna mix very well. As you can start seeing, little crumbs are forming. This is exactly what we want. And now we're ready to add it to our dessert dish or pan. We're gonna press down with our hands, making sure it's nice and firm, and it takes the shape of our baking dish or dessert dish. Perfect. Now in a different bowl, we're gonna add the mascarpone cheese. We're also going to add the vanilla extract, the sugar, and now we're going to mix very well. Perfect consistency. Now we're ready to add it on top of our breadcrumbs. And be careful because the breadcrumbs are not firm yet. As you can see, the mascarpone mixture is starting to pull a few of the breadcrumbs, but it's okay. Just take your time and smooth it out. Now we're ready to add our fresh strawberries and blueberries. You can make any design that you want. And guess what, guys? This is simple, delicious, fresh fruit tart. Now we're ready to add it into our refrigerator for 1 to 2 hours until the breadcrumbs can firm up a little bit. And after the 2 hours, we're ready to add some drizzle of honey on the top. And I'm going to show you how this delicious fruit tart looks like. We're going to cut it. As you can see, the breadcrumbs are nice and firm, delicious, fresh, and super easy. Now we're ready for our next recipe. Okay guys, so make this delicious creamy mushroom risotto. We're going to use arborio rice, which is an Italian rice. If you cannot find it, you can use orzo pasta. We're also going to need 2 of this vegetable broth, and this is 32 ounces, and I'm actually going to use everything. And make sure you heat this up before we start cooking. We're going to need 2 garlic cloves finely chopped, a tablespoon of white onions finely chopped, a tablespoon of butter, about a cup of mushrooms or to your liking, already washed. We're also going to use a cup and a half of Parmesan cheese and fresh parsley. Now let's get started. In my pan, I added 2 tablespoons of olive oil, and I'm cooking this at medium heat. Let's add the onions and the garlic. We're also going to add the mushrooms, and we're going to mix very well and let this cook for about 2 minutes. So after 2 minutes, we're ready to add our arborio rice. We're going to add 3 cups. What we want to do is just mix a little bit and let this cook for about 5 minutes. We want the rice to cook a little bit in the oil, the mushroom, the onions, and the garlic. So after 3 minutes, you can see my rice is beginning to add some color to it. Now we are ready to add 3 tablespoons of white wine, your favorite white wine, and I'm using this one, Prosecco sparkling wine. We're gonna let this cook for about 3 to 4 minutes. We want the wine to reduce and to cook. Now we're ready to add our vegetable stock. Remember, our vegetable stock has to be heated up first. And now we're gonna add 2 tablespoons. This process takes about 15 to 20 minutes. It just depends. But basically, we're just adding some stock. We're mixing the rice and we're gonna let this cook until the rice reduces the stock or absorbs most of the stock. So I'm just mixing, and as you can see, the rice has absorbed most of the stock. Now we're ready to add 3 tablespoons more of the vegetable stock. Now you're gonna continue these steps until like 15 to 20 minutes, or until you see that the risotto is nice and creamy and al dente. You can taste it. But yeah, guys, medium heat. Continue the steps until the rice is nicely and delicious. I'm gonna show you right now. So fast forward 20 minutes, look at my delicious risotto. It's so good. Now we're ready to season it. I like to season it at the end with a pinch of ground black pepper and about 2 teaspoons of salt, or to your liking. As you can see, the risotto is nice and creamy. So good. We're gonna add the tablespoon of butter. We're gonna mix everything very well because we want the butter to melt into the risotto. And now we're ready to add the Parmesan cheese. Guys, this is it. It's so good. Let's mix it up. It is ready. Turn off your heat. Creamy, delicious, super easy and elegant meal for Mother's Day. We're gonna set this aside and we're gonna start to cook our scallops. So in my pan, I added 2 tablespoons of butter and we're cooking this at medium-high heat. Now we're gonna add our scallops, and the scallops are cleaned already and pat dry with a paper towel. Make sure you pat dry your scallops. That way they don't release a lot of water. So once I add it, I'm gonna season it with salt and pepper. And we're gonna let this cook for 2 minutes on medium-high heat. So after my 2 minutes, we're gonna flip this over. As you can see, look at the color, it's so good. Guys, so good. We're gonna season it again with salt and pepper. And we're gonna let this cook for 2 more minutes. So now we're ready to add 1 tablespoon of butter. We're ready to add 2 garlic cloves finely chopped. Look how good, guys. And we're gonna add juice of half of a lemon. We're gonna let this cook for about a minute, and that is it. Fresh parsley, and you got yourself so creamy, delicious, garlicky butter scallops. Look, guys, super quick. Now we're ready to serve. How delicious this creamy risotto with mushrooms and scallops. And now we're ready for full Mother's Day meal. Creamy mushroom risotto with garlicky butter scallops. So good, so delicious, super simple. Look at my scallops. Guys, you gotta make this meal for Mother's Day. And our beautiful dessert, our fruit tart, super quick and easy. I hope you guys enjoyed this Mother's Day recipes. I hope you guys can make it. And of course, cheers with your favorite wine.